Okay, welcome to this edition of Grace Apologetics. I don't know how I look up. Anyway, so I just realized that I saw through my viewers that I have viewers from Saudi Arabia, which kind of made me nervous because the penalty in the Quran for criticizing Muhammad is death. But that's that. Anyway, I was asked a question, and that question was that we Muslims respect Jesus as a prophet. Why don't Christians respect Muhammad as a prophet? And so I thought maybe I would answer that question. And so the question that I'm going to answer today is, why don't Christians consider Muhammad as a prophet? Reason number one: he married a 6-year-old girl and consummated the marriage when she was 9. Muhammad, the things you make me feel. And if you don't see what's wrong with that, well, R. Kelly needs to be set free from prison. Reason number 2. And now, this reason has a little backstory to it. You see, when it comes to Muhammad, depending on the sources that you find, he has from 9 to 12 wives and used to spend his nights with each and every one of them. He was a beast. But he had a problem of visitors. People would come and they would overstay their welcome. And Muhammad didn't like this. And all of a sudden, he got a revelation from God. And that can be found in Qur'an, or rather Surah 33:53. He got a revelation from Allah. And this was basically what Allah said. He was like, don't visit the Prophet unless you are invited for a meal. And even when you're invited for a meal, don't come early and see its preparation. And when you're done, leave immediately. For the Prophet doesn't like this. And the Prophet is shy and he's not going to tell you. But I, Allah, I'm not shy and I'll tell you. And also, don't marry his wives when they die. Allah is a very convenient God. Where is he when I need to speak to my crush? Be like, this boy likes you, but he's too shy to tell you. But I, Allah, I'm not shy. Anyway, I'm just joking. And so, very convenient revelation if you think about it. Reason 3. This is my favorite Quran verse. Surah 18:83-86. We have the story of Dulkarnain, believed to be Alexander the Great, but in my Quran it's written Cyrus of Persia. So his identity is not really told to us. And so he was traveling. And all of a sudden he reached a village. And found a place where the sun sets. Yeah, there's a literal place on earth where the sun goes and sets. That's interesting. Reason number 4. In Surah 53, you have 3 people mentioned: Alat, Manat, and Auza. That's a very nice name to say, Auza. And they are known in Arabic history as the daughters of the pagan Allah, not the monotheistic Allah of Islam, but the daughters of the pagan Allah. And so Muhammad wanted to win his tribe's mates, but his basic argument was, my God is better than yours. Look at the Arabic I'm speaking. And people would match his eloquence. And so for him to win them over, he had a revelation from Allah that Manat, Alat, and Auza can act as birds that carry your prayers to Allah. Now later on, Gabriel comes and says, those verses you received are from Satan. I don't know about you, but I don't think I want a prophet that gives me messages from Satan. Lastly, and reason number 5, is that Muslims do respect Jesus as a prophet, but they deny the fundamentals that make Jesus Jesus. That is, his death, his resurrection, and his deity. I just realized you can't see my hands. And so he says, yeah, Jesus is born of virgin, miraculous life, everybody, everything there. But the one thing he says, that Jesus was not crucified, but Judas Iscariot was crucified in Jesus' place, which is interesting, very interesting. So to sum it all up, reasons why we don't believe Muhammad is a prophet. Firstly, the moral grounds for Muhammad being a prophet are very questionable, because I don't think I would want to receive a revelation from an unrepentant child molester. Reason number 2, his revelations from Allah at times seem just too convenient for Muhammad, because the Quran says that these are words that Allah has been speaking from eternity, and for him to decide to talk about Muhammad's visitors, maybe it was predestined. The Calvinist out there will tell you. I'm sorry. Reason number 3 is the Allah that created the earth does not know how the earth is, because he assumes that the sun is smaller than the earth. Reason number 4, and this is the biggest reason, or the second biggest reason rather, is in Deuteronomy 18, there are signs of a false prophet. First sign is if he speaks in the name of another God. And here Muhammad is speaking in the name of another God, that God being Satan. Yeah, I don't. Anyway, and lastly, although he denies the core beliefs of Christianity. In fact, the core belief of Christianity is that if the resurrection never happened, if you can disprove the resurrection, you can disprove Christianity. But Muhammad does that and saying Jesus did not die, he's not divine, he went to heaven, but it wasn't through death and resurrection, and he's not God, he's a prophet of God. That's why I answered the earlier question that other time. So those 5 reasons, there are more. I found 50 reasons why Muhammad is not a prophet in my research, but there are more. And if you want, and there are more, and if you want, you can look it up. You can go to Answering Islam, you go to Act 17 Apologetics, the people like Sam Shamoun who are specialized in that, David Wood, the late Nabil Qureshi. You can find their videos on YouTube. Anyway, that's that for today's video. I'll see you.